The most important thing you need to be successful with high-ticket dropshipping. Hey guys, Trevor here with Ecommerce Paradise. I've been doing this for like 20 years, and this is the number one thing you need to have a successful, profitable store. And it isn't something you may have thought about. Actually, it's really simple and baseline, and it's something you need to set up in the beginning, not wait till later to do. Now, the key is you need to have updated inventory on your website. I know it sounds kind of obvious, but it isn't obvious. When you first upload catalogs and you first get a store launched, you're going to have product listings on your site that say in stock. And if your supplier runs out of stock of that product and you're running ads or getting traffic and you make a sale, and it's out of stock, you're not going to be able to fulfill that order. So you're going to have to send an email to the customer saying it's out of stock, and then here's the lead time, here's some alternatives. And I would say probably 80-90% of the time they cancel those orders. They usually find a competitor that has it in stock or something. So the thing you have to do is you have to contact each of your suppliers. You have to ask them for a spreadsheet of their inventory. And then once you have that, and they usually have a spreadsheet that is like a Google sheet that's viewable publicly, you can take that spreadsheet and you can use an app like SyncX, or you can do it manually, but you have to go to your website and update your website. So SyncX is a really cool Shopify app because what you can do is you can plug a spreadsheet directly into your store. It'll match the SKU numbers in the sheet to the SKU numbers on your store, and it'll automatically update the inventory. And then what you can do from there is you can set up an auto collection. Have the filters be something like inventory is greater than 0, and then you can plug that into your Google Shopping Feed app. And that will update your Google Shopping Feed based on the products that are in stock versus out of stock. So if a product goes out of stock, it will automatically get removed from your Google feed, and it will no longer be served in your Google Shopping ads or Bing Shopping ads. And that way, you're not driving traffic to product listings or variants that are out of stock. You're driving listings to product listings and variants that are in stock. Also on your website, you can make it so that it actually shows out of stock, and you can set up get a notified when it's back in stock app to let people enter their email address and stuff like that. So this is going to be one of the key things, because if you're driving ads to product listings that are out of stock and you get sales and they're not, they don't go through, then you're just basically wasting ad spend on products that you could have been spending ads on that are in stock. Now, this isn't perfect. Suppliers oftentimes, they're selling stuff out really quick. So, even if they say it's in stock on the spreadsheet, maybe it's not actually in stock, or the last few that were on the spreadsheet are already gone or something like that. So there still are things that happen, but you have to plug this in, because when a product goes out of stock for more than a few weeks, it can be months or something like that. Well, you have to have your website updated. Otherwise, you're going to end up getting these sales because they go to the major retailers that are already updating their site, and they start looking around to see other people that are advertising it as in stock. And then they're going to buy from you if you show it in stock on your site. So get this set up from the beginning. Just ask each of your suppliers. Every supplier is different. Every supplier has a different method of doing inventory and updating their inventory, whether it's a spreadsheet or they have an online dealer portal. If they have an online dealer portal or something like that, maybe you can build in some kind of automation with Cloud Code to scrape their site, scrape their portal, and get the inventory amounts, and then build a spreadsheet for you. That's another way. But you have to set up some sort of automation for each of your suppliers, okay? So every supplier is different with high-ticket dropshipping. But really the ideal thing is with high-ticket dropshipping that you advertise products that are in stock, you get sale for products that are in stock, and they're profitable. And that comes with a big if as well, because with high-ticket dropshipping, oftentimes you're selling products that are big and bulky and cost a lot to ship. So in the beginning, it's hard for you to know exactly how much it's going to cost for certain products to ship, especially to certain locations, right? So you've got to ask your suppliers, if they charge you shipping, what the estimated shipping fees are for each of their products. If they have a big catalog, then you have to go through a big catalog. You can run shipping quote requests yourself, but oftentimes the shipping platforms are going to give you a different rate than what you would get from the supplier, because they have bulk pricing with the shipping platform. So it's better for you to ask them for shipping rates directly. So do that so you can understand your estimated shipping costs, and then you can bake that into your margins. Is it going to be profitable after shipping costs or not? That's the best thing you can do. But you really have to do that too, because even if you get an order and it's in stock, if the shipping costs eat all the margins, then also you're screwed too. You get an order that's not profitable, you got to email the customer, ask them, okay, sorry, shipping is too expensive. Can you pay a little bit more extra? And then they'll feel like it's a bait and switch and they're not going to like you. And you might get a negative review or just get your order canceled altogether. Just unhappy customers. So do those two things before you really start scaling your ads, okay? get your inventory updates in place, and get your shipping costs figured out, and make sure you're still profitable. Now, after all that, you've got to figure out how to make your site more valuable to customers than your competitors. You got to make your offers better. So figure out what your margins are, especially if your highest margin products, your highest profit products, and figure out what kind of free gifts you can offer to your customer that are going to be outsized value. So in other words, instead of offering them like $100 off, find a free gift that maybe costs you 20 to 30, maybe $50 at the most, that you can say is worth $200 or $300, because then in the perceived value in the mind of the customer, they're getting $200, $300 with, something off, right, instead of a discount, but they're getting that much value, and then you're only having to pay 20, 30, $50 instead of $100 to get that order from them. So free gifts work really well. And then also work on your average order value. Try to get add-ons that work for that product. So if you're selling a $1,000 product, find some add-ons that are like $50 to $100, $200 that they can customize their product with, like pimp out their product, and then they're likely to add that to their order. And then after that, set up a post-purchase funnel on the thank you page to take people back to an accessory or an add-on collection on your site, and get the average order value up. So you can turn a $1,000 order into maybe a $1,500 order, or $2,000 order, that kind of thing. That's really the key to success with this stuff. So inventory, shipping costs, and average order value, and retargeting. So at the end of the day, it's just all about follow-up. So check your abandoned checkouts every single day. Make sure you're following up with those customers, emails, phone calls, whatever it takes. And use an email tool called GMass. GMass is really good for follow-up. It gets you the ability to add auto follow-ups into a email that you send to people. So instead of having to manually follow up every day, you can set up auto follow-ups that go out, for like 2 weeks past when you initially send the email. And it basically just replies to that same email over and over again. And it works really well. Usually emails get ignored the first couple times, but after like 3 or 4 follow-ups, people start getting annoyed and they realize they just need to respond to the email, and they do, okay? So follow-ups are key. GMass is a great tool for using it with email. Just call people too, it works really well. And that's about it, guys. So hopefully that was helpful. Definitely go check out our full, course and platform. We have 2 now at school and Patreon. So school.com/ecommerce paradise, patreon.com/ecommerce paradise. We also do done for you services. Go check that out at ecommerceparadise.com. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.